Good day everyone, and first off I want to start out by saying a massive thank you very much. The support that has come in over the last week on this channel has been nothing shy of amazing, and it's making me absolutely ecstatic. So thank you very much for the views and for all the new subscribers out there as well. It really is amazing the amount of support you guys are giving out there right now. So thank you very much. Now I wanted to start this video with some information around Starfield and the preload and a bit of a ship breakdown as well. We know that ships are going to be a big aspect of this game, so I wanted to give a little bit of information around that. But first off, I'm recording this August the 19th, and preload has begun. My download is complete. The preload started August the 17th, so if you're on PC and Xbox, then you can preload at the moment, which I highly recommend. However, quick one here, if you are preloading for or hoping to preload from Steam, if you've pre-ordered that way, unfortunately you're going to have to wait until August the 30th for that. I don't know why they've done that, but that's what it is. Bethesda has chosen to do that. However, I highly recommend downloading it and doing the preload because it is currently 116.6 gigabytes in size. So it's going to take people a while to download it unless you've got 1 gig up, 1 gig down internet. I don't have that, so it's taken me about a day to get it downloaded, I have to say that. So let's get into the video. Ship building. Okay, so what has been said about shipbuilding? Well, if you think you're going to start the game and immediately be able to build up those ships, make a massive cargo ship, and be able to make a carrier style ship, unfortunately not the case. So Todd Howard has said that that's really going to be an end game or a late game style, because you are going to need things like rewards, credits, skills as well that obviously affect your shipbuilding capabilities. All of those are going to come later game. So you are going to be able to, out the gate, you're going to be able to modify your initial starting ship, which is Frontier. So you will be able to modify that straight away. However, when you are modifying your ship, there are a certain number of attributes and components that will make up the ship. So you've got your hull, your shield generator, your cowling, which is to make it nice lines and give you maybe a little bit of armor, your cargo hold, the docking module, fuel tanks, grav drive, engines, reactor, landing gear, hab module, weapons, and loading bay. Those are all the multiple components that we know of so far. So all of those ship attributes are upgradable. As far as we know right now, the following attributes can be upgraded. So your hull can be upgraded, your shield generator can be upgraded, your cargo space, weapon damage, whether that's laser, ballistic, kinetic, doesn't matter, they can all be upgraded. Your jump range or your grav jump distance, your speed and your mass, and obviously the crew that are assigned to that ship as well. Now these attributes are not going to be there just for show. So when you're building your ship, you're going to have to take into account things like mass, for example, that are going to affect your speed and your mobility. So if you want to cruise around space hunting bad guys really quickly in a bounty hunter style fashion, then you're going to want to opt for essentially a lower mass rather than a higher bulk, which you would do for cargo hauling, for example. But then on the flip side, if you want a ship that's able to take damage and really stay in the fight with your enemies, then you're going to need to design your ship accordingly. So heavier cowling, bigger, better weapons, bigger engines, a much better shield generator. All of these things are going to add mass, so they're effectively going to slow you down and make you a much slower target and an easier target to hit. Although I have to mention, the devs have taken an approach here whereby real world physics aren't really taken into consideration. So when you think of games like Dual Universe, for example, if you build a ship and you don't have the ailerons or enough engines, you're not going to be able to break atmosphere. Whereas in Starfield, it's gone more of an aspect of, if you build it, it will probably fly. You're not going to be able to mess up the physics engine. Now, I have to say, I'm a big fan of the way that Starfield devs have done this and how the modules fit together when you're in your shipbuilding area. Main reason is because I'm a big fan of Lego, and they've done it with the fact that you have snapping style grid that you can snap your modules to. So it makes it very easy to move those modules around and snap them onto position. So we know that there are going to be quite a lot of very wacky designs out there. People have already started designing ships in Blender, I believe. Bethesda's already showcased some of those over on their X, formerly Twitter, platform. But we've seen in the Starfield Direct as well, in that presentation, there was effectively what looked like a squished up Optimus Prime. That looked like he stood very, very tall and very, very thin. Now, in normal physics, that would be very difficult to fly, have a lot of resistance in the atmosphere. But I think the devs have just gone with a build it and have fun. So I'm excited to see what people are going to build. There's going to be a whole community around this, I'm sure of it. So when you're also building your ships, you're going to be able to walk around them on the interior. They're not just going to be a case of look pretty from the outside. So they're going to be functional as well. But you're going to be able to walk around any part of the interior that has a function. So things like modules such as the habitat for living and sleeping, the armory, the docking module so you can board other ships. More on that in a minute. The cargo hold, and the ship exit and entranceway as well, which we've seen Vasco coming in and out of multiple times. If you have a module that has a crafting capability or a functionality around that, then you're going to be able to use that aboard your ship during missions between exploring the galaxy so that you can upgrade things like your suit and your weaponry as well. So I mentioned earlier about docking modules. Yes, you can dock with other ships, and you can choose to either be peaceful about it and have a chat with people on board. I don't know how interactable those characters are going to be, but a lot of people, I see a lot of people going down the piracy route, because not only can you board these ships, you can take them over and you can have them as your own ship. Whether you want to take that back and strip it down for parts or keep it in your ship hangar, that's entirely up to you. But you can be an entire pirate and you can steal people's ships. Obviously, this is a single player game, so they're NPC ships. Okay, so there's going to be no multiplayer that we know of at the moment. So are you guys going to be a pirate in this game, like the Crimson Fleet, for example? Let me know in the comments below. What this also means is that you can own multiple ships, right? That's great news. That's fantastic news. So what famous ships out of sci-fi, out of your own imagination, will you try and make? What are you going to come up with? For me, I'm a bit of a Stargate fan. So I'm going to attempt to build Daedalus. Maybe even the X302 if it's possible. I don't know if that's going to be possible at all. But I definitely did that within Dual Universe before it got wiped. Unfortunately, I didn't have a blueprint, which is fun. But you can see a few pictures here of my my ship that I built there. I'm intending to have a lot of fun with this, guys. I can't wait to get to play it and to do a review and show you guys the main aspects of the game, give you some tips and tricks if I can get them, and generally have a really good time with this game. Thanks guys for joining me here. I hope you have a good day. If you do like the content, please consider giving it a like and a thumbs up, and subscribe. Subscribing is completely free to you guys, and it really does help out the channel. As I said, I'm currently time recording 21 subscribers. It's not huge to other people, but that is massive to me. That is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you very much guys, and until next time, have a good day everyone.